The Nothing Phone 3 is here, and it marks a big step for the brand as they move into more premium smartphone territory. After a couple of years since their last headliner, Nothing is aiming higher, positioning this phone as the true flagship of its lineup with a starting price of around $800 for the base storage tier. With that price bump, you naturally expect more features, and the Nothing Phone 3 delivers a range of upgrades, including a new chipset, a telephoto zoom camera, a larger battery, improved ingress protection, and an entirely new take on its signature design element. Instead of the familiar Glyph lighting system, the phone now comes with a small monochrome LED screen on the back called the Glyph Matrix. It's an interesting shift that makes the phone stand out even more, and it's a great example of how Nothing tries to differentiate itself in the crowded smartphone market. The design itself is striking and very much a love-it-or-hate-it affair. The back panel is protected by Gorilla Glass Victus and connects sharply to an aluminum frame, giving it a more premium and robust feel. Nothing has always leaned into transparent and industrial-looking designs, and the Phone 3 is no exception. In fact, it takes things even further with added vertical lines, doodads, and functional LED indicators, including a red recording light that flashes while capturing video. The camera arrangement is spread out across the back, adding to the busy aesthetic. Whether you love the design or not, it's definitely eye-catching and immediately recognizable. Alongside this, the phone introduces something called the Essential Key, a button designed for productivity and quick note-taking. It lets you capture annotated screenshots or record a voice memo instantly, with all of it stored in what Nothing calls the essential space. There, you can also take advantage of AI tools that summarize your notes for easy reference. On top of all this, the Phone 3 finally steps up its water and dust protection, jumping from last year's IP54 rating to full IP68 certification. That means it's safe against dust and can withstand submersion in water, a welcome upgrade for durability. Moving to the front, the display on the Nothing Phone 3 is slightly smaller than its predecessor at 6.67 inches, but the resolution has been bumped up for extra sharpness. The screen features a 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus support, and a pixel density of 460 ppi, making it sharp and vibrant for media consumption. The bezels have been slimmed down this year, and Gorilla Glass 7 provides added protection. Peak brightness is another area where Nothing has stepped things up. In manual mode, it pushes over 750 nits, but outdoors under direct sunlight, it can boost all the way to 1500 nits, making it easy to use on a bright day. The one caveat is that, unlike the previous model, the Nothing Phone 3 no longer uses LTPO technology, meaning the refresh rate can only scale down to 60 Hz, rather than 1 Hz. This makes the display slightly less energy efficient. And just like the last model, there's still no support for high frame rate gaming. For audio, the phone comes with a pair of stereo speakers that get impressively loud. The sound profile is well balanced with decent bass and clean vocals, making it solid for both music and video. Biometrics are handled by a fast and reliable optical under-display fingerprint reader. As for storage, you can choose between 256 or 512 gigabytes, though there's no microSD expansion. On the software side, the Nothing Phone 3 runs Android 15 with Nothing OS 3.5 layered on top. This skin keeps the company's unique visual identity alive, with its dot matrix font and a black and red design theme spread across menus and widgets. There's also a monochrome mode that turns the entire interface, even videos, into grayscale for a minimalist look. Nothing OS continues to focus on consistency across custom widgets for essentials like weather, clocks, and calendars. AI integration is another big part of the experience. In addition to Google's Gemini Assistant, you can use ChatGPT as your default AI assistant. There's also a wallpaper studio that lets you generate custom wallpapers from AI prompts. The Glyph Matrix on the back isn't just for looks. It can be interacted with using a capacitive touch button that recognizes taps and long presses, allowing you to cycle through glyphs, launch animations, or even play simple games. You can fully customize it to show images, messages, or caller IDs, making it more functional than the older Glyph lighting system. Nothing is also promising up to 5 major Android updates, which should give this phone a long software lifespan. Under the hood, the Nothing Phone 3 runs on Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8's Gen 4. While it isn't as powerful as the Snapdragon 8 Elite found in the absolute top-tier flagships, it still packs serious performance. Benchmark results put it on par with last year's best phones, which makes it a big leap over the older Nothing Phone 2. Paired with this, you get a 5150 mAh battery, larger than before, and while the endurance isn't groundbreaking, it's respectable. In active use, it managed just under 13 hours, which is solid if not exceptional. Charging speeds are rated at 65 watts, up from 45 on the previous model, though in practice, charging times are about the same. You can expect a 63% charge in 30 minutes and a full charge in an hour. Wireless charging and reverse wireless charging are both supported too. The cameras see one of the biggest upgrades this year. Nothing has added a dedicated telephoto lens to complement the main and ultra-wide cameras. The setup includes a high-quality main sensor, a 3x zoom telephoto with close focusing capabilities, and a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, alongside a 50-megapixel selfie shooter. In daylight, the main camera captures photos with excellent color reproduction and natural tones, though detail could be a touch sharper compared to competitors. Portraits come out very well, with accurate skin tones and reliable subject separation. In low light, the main camera automatically kicks into night mode, producing sharp, colorful images with wide dynamic range and minimal noise. The telephoto camera is another highlight during the day, delivering solid results with good colors and range. It's also capable of capturing excellent macro shots thanks to its close focusing ability. In low light, however, telephoto shots become softer and less impressive, especially compared to some competitors. The ultra-wide camera is where things dip slightly. Despite its 50-megapixel resolution, detail is lacking, and images look smoothed over due to processing. That said, the color reproduction remains pleasant, and in low light, the ultra-wide does a decent job, offering good detail and dynamic range without overprocessing. Selfies, on the other hand, are consistently excellent. Even without autofocus, the focal plane is forgiving, and shots look sharp with great skin tones. When it comes to video, the Nothing Phone 3 can record in 4K across all of its cameras. The main camera shines here with sharp detail, excellent colors, and wide dynamic range. The telephoto and ultra-wide are softer in video capture, but still very usable. There's always-on electronic stabilization, which smooths out footage effectively. And in low light, the main camera again delivers strong performance with detailed, well-exposed clips. So, what's the verdict? The Nothing Phone 3 represents a meaningful step forward for the company, with a more premium build, IP68 water resistance, a capable new chipset, a close-focusing telephoto lens, and a fresh take on their signature Glyph feature. That said, while Nothing is asking flagship-level money, the phone still falls short of the absolute top dogs from Samsung and Google in terms of refinement, camera versatility, and raw performance. At the same price, you could buy a Galaxy S25 or Pixel 9 Pro XL, both of which deliver more traditional flagship experiences. But those devices won't give you the unique design, quirky software features, and playful aesthetics that have become Nothing's identity. If you value those differences and want something that really stands out from the crowd, the Nothing Phone 3 is a phone worth considering. This script